So guys, now let's start about lambda functions in Python. So this is a lambda function in a Python. Let's see their type. So do you see they are the function type? And now let's compare them with a normal Python function. So there are two key differences in a lambda function and in a normal Python function. The first key difference is that a normal Python function is having a function name, like this function is having this addition name, whereas a lambda function does not have any name. So that's the reason we call them anonymous functions also. So that's the reason, because a lambda function does not have any name, I have assigned this function to this variable addition, which is now acting like just like this function name, because this function name addition is also a kind of a variable assigned to this function object. If you are not getting this statement what I have just said, then please check my video about introduction of Python function. And apart from that, a lambda function does not contain any instructions like a normal Python function have. So let me remove this function instruction. Now these two functions are exactly same or doing the same thing. So now you know the key differences. Now what do they have? The similarities. One thing is that, like a normal Python function, a lambda function definition also is having parameters, like this x and y parameter is having by this lambda function also. So only thing, they are having a bit difference in their syntaxes. So we write down without any parentheses and separated by a comma. But make sure you do not write down any parentheses over here in a lambda function definition. And then, like a normal Python function, we have a return value, which could be any expression. Same way, a lambda function is having a return value, but we write down in a different kind of a syntax. So first we write down a colon, and after that colon, we write down the function return value, like this x and y over here, and this x and y over here is doing the exactly same thing. So now these two functions are doing the exactly same thing. So now I hope you have understood their similarities and their differences. So now let's see them in a normal Python code. So first let me write down the same addition function. So, and let's return x plus y, a return value, and let's return, let's say 1 comma 2. So we got 3. Now write the same function in the form of lambda expression. So for that, first write down lambda, then name, as lambda cannot have any name, so we need to provide this addition name by assigning explicitly a variable to this lambda function object. Then once you finish down this lambda keyword, give a space, then write down these parameters x and y, then colon, and then write down the return value, which is x plus y over here. So x plus y. So now we have created our lambda function successfully. Now let's call this lambda function with the same variable 1 plus 2, and you see that we got a same output because they are doing the exactly same thing. And I hope you have understand what we could do, the difference thing about these expressions. So, and I hope you understand what is the expression, as expression is anything is Python which is horizontally aligned and evaluates to a value. If you don't understand about this part, then again check my video about expressions in Python, and video link I have given in this video description or in the video resources. So now let's see some of the example of this lambda function. So let's say I have this max2. I need to find the in the two values which is the higher or maximum. So let's write this function in a lambda form. So let's say we have these two variable a and b, and I want to find out the whatever is the higher value we will get in the return. So for that we can write down a if expression. So how do we write a if expression? So first write a if a and then write the condition is a. If a is greater than b, then we will get the a. If this condition will be approved, then we'll get this variable a. Else if it does not happen, then we'll get the b. So we have written about this max2 lambda function. So let's now give it a try. Let's provide two values 3 and 5. So do you see we got 5, whatever was the higher. Now let's make it 13, the first value. Let's run the code. So we got 13. So we are getting whatever is the higher value. So that's what this expression is doing. As well as we can provide a comprehension kind of a syntax also. So let's say I want to get the make the squares of every item of this list by this function. So let's write this square function. So how we write lambda, and it will take a list as an argument, and then we will make this a list comprehension over here. So what I'll do, so let's make it I square. Here x will be taken as a list as a in the argument whenever we call this function. So let's say for I in x. So now let's try again this square function on a list. So let's provide some numbers to the list, and you will see that we will get in return all the squares back. So that's how we can utilize this expression values in the return value in a different forms also. And let's see now one of the iconic use where you will see that there's an advantage of using a lambda function over a normal Python function, but absolutely lambda function is having a limited scope, so you should not use if you're having a complex function which is require a lot of abstraction. So now let's say we have a list. So let's say list name. So let's say we have this list name. Let's provide them some names. So Shashank, I want to sort it out this list as per the number of letters. So shortest letter, this RJ should come in the beginning. Then James, as per their number of letters, this list should be shorted. So for that I can if I'll use like this sorted on this list name, it will sort it with some a different logic. But now I want to customize this logic. So what I can do, I can provide this key, and over here I can directly write a lambda function. So let's write a lambda function. So this lambda function will take this x, and this x parameter will take all of these one by one, these strings. So again, if you want to see how this thing happens in a much more in depth, for that I have another video. It might not be uploaded for now, but soon that video will be uploaded. So you will have that link soon. So now let's say lambda x, and then I need to can use a len function. So len x, that's what it is returning. Now you will see I got our sorted list. If the same thing if I'll do with a normal function, so do you see, so first I need to, let's say, writing this, let's say count f, this function over here. So and then I need to provide a parameter in this function, and then it will return the len x. And then for the same thing you will see, now I need to write the sorted list name, and then key is equal to the count f, and you will see the same thing which we did in a single line. If we are writing a normal for Python function, same thing we are doing in a 3 lines of code. So lambda function has reduced the number of lines, as well as when we have done the same thing in a single line, it has increased our readability also. So I hope that has given this video a pretty good brief about the lambda functions. So please don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thanks a lot.